it for him to wait on his barber as well.
Perfect. All right. So Dan Orlovsky, who didn't we just play audio of him yesterday? Oh, I didn't play the audio. I was talking about him with Kevin Stefanski. He was praising
Kevin Stefanski.
Great. He's really in my good graces today because he also had this quote about Ohio State football. I mean, this is a really original take that no one in the media has had, so I'm glad finally someone's saying.
The least tested #1 team in the history of college football, they've played nobody. I mean, week 1, Texas. Ever since then, they haven't played anybody. I don't know if they played a team that's ranked right now since Texas. They have been trailing for 1 second in the second half this year. We have no idea who this Ohio State team, very good team, quarterback's a really good player, Jeremiah Smith's best player in college football. We have no idea who Ohio State is, like down 4 in the fourth quarter.
I mean, that's a solid point.
So you know what makes this whole interesting? Because I laugh at takes like this.
We don't know what they're like either when they're down 20 in the first half. We don't know what they're like when they're down 35 in the fourth quarter. We've never seen this team deal with adversity, Tyvis.
I find it interesting that people say things like this because what if they don't? What if they never go down? What if they? So this team isn't the #1 team. If they, let's say, for the rest of the year, they play everybody and they just beat everybody by 10+ points and they never go down because they went. First of all, they have been down in like a couple of these games 3-0, but whatever.
Right.
Anyways, let's say that they just go out there and they're never down and they just run away with this thing. Does that not clearly make them the best team in the country? I'm a little confused.
You know, the Bulls teams that won 72 games, the Warriors team that won 73 games, I don't believe they ever had a 3-game losing streak. How do those teams come back from a 3-game losing streak?
No,
we never found out.
No Game 7s for those guys. In the
we don't even know. Could they have played in a Game 7? We don't even know if they could have got the job done. You're right. What a bunch of losers.
The schedule argument is making my blood boil because it only applies to who they want it to apply to. Let's play Tyvis's favorite game, look at the schedule, and let's not even go that far down the rankings. Let's go to the highest ranked non-Big Ten team, Texas A&M, okay? Yeah. They played Notre Dame, who's ranked to start the season. Notre Dame similarly ranked to Texas. Then they beat Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, and Missouri. What do all those teams have in common?
Not ranked.
They're not ranked. So why does this get brought up only for Ohio State?
Because they're in the SEC.
Those teams are in the SEC, though, so clearly they're good.
What do you mean?
By the way, do you know how good it's going for LSU right now? They've already fired their head coach, and I just saw. Did you see they're burning the red shirt for their freshman quarterback?
What?
Yeah. They are going to play.
With Garrett Nussmeier?
They're done with Garrett Nussmeier. They're burning the red shirt on the freshman, supposedly.
That's crazy. He should have left last year.
I'm just telling you, like, this is right. Like, remember, again, there are so many things you could take from this. And we as Buckeye fans, I get why Dylan, I get why you're frustrated. I was frustrated when I saw this.
What I don't understand about it is you can make that argument for the top 3 ranked teams. Indiana has the same problem. Oregon is their only 1 ranked win.
Yeah,
but that's similar to beating Texas.
I would think so.
Win. Yeah, so I don't understand what the difference between Ohio State and Indiana is Indiana about lost to a team that Ohio State ran out of the building. Like I don't get it. Like
no, but see,
this right here is what I be talking about with national people, but they just be saying stuff for clicks, man. Like that don't even make sense. Like, what are you talking about?
This is what I want to remind Ohio State fans of, because I too was frustrated when I saw that. But the thing that I have to remember is, and you have to remember this too as a listener, like you've watched more Ohio State football than Dan Orlovsky has. 100% guaranteed on that. You have watched more Ohio State football than most of the people who talk about it. Now, maybe some national college football people, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they've tuned in, but they've tuned in probably to watch a couple quarters. And like most people, the reason maybe like the ratings are down for Ohio State football this year, maybe they're not getting the biggest ratings ever, and the SEC's getting great ratings. Part of that is because there's no drama with this Ohio State football team. You know what show gets a lot of ratings? You go watch like reality television, there's a whole bunch of reality TV shows out there, right? The ones that get the ratings are Love Island, Survivor. There's drama. There's intrigue. Stuff goes wrong. People get burned.
I wish I was on the panel when Dan Orlovsky said that. I would have looked at him and said, well, let's look at that's a fair point. Let's look at number 2 and number 3.
No, but I'm saying,
so they're not deserving to be the best top 3 teams either? Like,
people confuse the fact that, like, the SEC gets watched a lot. They think, oh, well, because it's great teams. No, it's because it's great drama. And Ohio State, have you ever seen the show How Stuff Works? Probably not, because it doesn't get high ratings. I like this show because I'm a nerd.
Never heard of it.
You know what it is? It's a show where they show a factory, and they'll say, like, how does a number 2 pencil get made? Matt Patricia watches too. But it shows, like, first they cut the wood, then they stick the graphite in, then, they put the eraser on. It shows you how a well-oiled factory works. That's Ohio State football. Nothing catches on fire in how it's made when you watch that show. There's no Love Island type of drama when you watch Ohio State football. It just goes according to plan, like a well-run factory. Now, yeah, maybe in the Michigan game, there will be drama and intrigue. That game will have a high rating. Maybe the Big Ten championship game, something will go wrong, and that will cause some intrigue.
I don't think it will.
But there's also a chance, to your point, Tyvis, there is a chance that Ohio State beats Michigan by 2 touchdowns, and there's a chance they play Indiana and keep that game mostly in check for most of the game. Does that mean Ohio State sucks, or are we just watching a great team? If that happens, it should not be held against them, and it won't be. I think Dan Orlovsky is just literally saying stuff to say stuff because he has no idea how to quantify this Ohio State football team right now because it's playing so well. There's nothing you can argue against this Ohio State football team, so they got to make something up, which is, they haven't played a lot of tough competition in the fourth quarter. Great. And like I said, yeah, there's that Joe DiMaggio didn't hit 56 games in a row where he got a hit. He doesn't. What happens when he gets down to 0-3? Like, I don't know. He never gets there. He gets a hit in the second inning. Like, that's greatness. That's a sign of good, not bad.
Like, to your point, is Alabama more battle tested because they decided to mess around with South Carolina? What if Ohio State would have decided to play a close game against Purdue or Penn State or Wisconsin and won by a touchdown like Bama beat South Carolina? Would they be more tested then, Dan? Would that make them a better team if they did that?
I can't wait to the CFP.
I know.
And that's, there's nothing you can say. They're going to come back and they're going to say, yep, Ohio State's clearly the best team.
If Ohio State does what they should.
I don't know what you thought.
Yeah. Well, and at least to their credit, the college football playoffs have said Ohio State's clearly number 1. And everybody else is just looking for something to say. So that's what Dan Orlovsky was doing with that clip. Best bets of the weekend coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Does that mean Ohio State sucks, or are we just watching a great team? If that happens, it should not be held against them, and it won't be. I think Dan Orlovsky is just literally saying stuff to say stuff because he has no idea how to quantify this Ohio State football team right now because it's playing so well. There's nothing you can argue against this Ohio State football team, so they got to make something up, which is, they haven't played a lot of tough competition in the fourth quarter. Great.